Greetings, everyone. I am Jed Shlackman, and I work as a holistic counselor, an energy healer, hypnotherapist, and psychotherapist. For this video, I'll be covering the topic of healthy boundaries and balance for empaths and highly sensitive people. This is a topic and theme that come up a lot with people I work with, both clients and colleagues. So many people in the healing arts are very empathic and highly sensitive. And it's something that we're all kind of challenged to find balance with, to find a healthy range for our boundaries so that we're not overly devoting our energy to supporting or helping other people, but also taking time to nurture ourselves, our own well-being, to pursue our own goals, our own interests and needs. So this can be especially challenging for people who have some kind of deep programming that makes them feel they need to constantly be tuning into the needs and feelings of others and helping other people feel better in some way. Sometimes that comes out as people-pleasing, as always self-sacrificing, or always devoting one's time and energy to other people or to charitable causes. So there's different ways where it can manifest, where you go to an extreme in supporting others or serving others, and you neglect to give adequate attention to supporting yourself, to assisting yourself in whatever you need for you. An empath is a person who naturally feels and tunes into the senses or feelings of other people. So that person who's an empath cares about what other people are feeling. It's important to them. They feel as though they need to help someone else feel okay in order for themselves to feel okay. And that can become problematic when you take that to an extreme, when you overdo that. So there are times when you need to detach more, to set a boundary in your energy field where it's not so enmeshed or intertwined with other people's energy and other people's feelings, where you can actually think on your own needs, focus on what will be beneficial for yourself, for your health, your well-being, etc., and not put that behind giving attention to other people's needs. There's a balance there somewhere in the middle where you don't go too far toward addressing other people to where you neglect yourself, and also where we don't put so much attention on ourselves and our own desires that we act without any compassion or caring for other people. So you could consider that a person who's given a label as a narcissist is sort of the polar opposite spectrum of the empath on that polar spectrum of caring. The empath cares so much about others and gives so much to address and serve others that they neglect themselves. They'll harm themselves as they're trying to help others, which in the long run isn't really healthy for anyone. If you deplete yourself that much, eventually you're going to crash and you won't even have the energy or life force to help anyone else. At the other end of that polarity spectrum, those who are labeled as narcissists, for them it feels so important to attend to their own needs and desires that they'll disconnect from having any concern for other people. They'll appear to have no empathy, no concern for how their actions affect others. Now, any person can display signs of either or both of those. So even a person who's often seemingly very narcissistic could have some times or environments where they might appear to be more toward the empathic part of the spectrum. So you don't have to be just one or the other. You could kind of fluctuate. And we're all learning through our life experiences, ideally, to come more toward a state or range of balance. If you think about why a person might gravitate toward either polarity or extreme, you can consider that at different times in their life, the environment may have fostered a certain way of relating to the world, to other people. Both the self-serving and others-serving traits can serve a purpose for what one feels is ideal for one's own safety and survival, for one's own fulfillment. In some cases, a person is in an environment as a child where if they can tune into the feelings of the people around them, it gives them a way to sense what that person is feeling so they can appease that person in some way. So let's say you're a young child and you can sense whether your parent is in an angry mood or not. And you know that when they're angry and you try to interact with them, they might lash out at you, they might vent their frustration with other people toward you, and you don't want to deal with that. So by learning to tune in, you could figure out how you can react to them in a way that won't upset them. There are other people who are in environments where they learn from a young age that the person who is very self-focused, very narcissistic, is powerful or successful, is able to get things that they want, and so the child learns to copy that behavior, to emulate it, believing that it's going to bring themselves some joy or fulfillment, excitement, whatever it may be. One interesting thing about people who are extremely narcissistic, people who you could label as psychopathic, is that they will often find it entertaining or amusing to see other people in pain or suffering. So in that case, they in a way care about what other people are feeling, but in a negative reversal, where rather than having compassion and not wanting to hurt other people, as the empathic person would relate to things, they actually take some joy or find some entertainment or excitement in seeing pain experienced by other people, inflicted on other people. You could think of an example of wars, where in a war, most people desire peace, they want the conflict to end, they don't want to see any more suffering occurring. But there are actually people who find those wars entertaining in some manner, and they're not caring about the pain and suffering of all the people who are maimed and injured and losing loved ones and so on. It's more to them like a game of let's see who will win and who will lose, and the human suffering is not of any concern or consequence to them. So it's helpful to realize that human beings can exist in these different states of consciousness and these different belief and value systems where what's a priority to one person might not be a priority to another person. And in terms of this empathy spectrum, the empaths are very focused on not wanting to hurt other people, wanting other people to feel okay, because they have this emotional and energetic enmeshment with the other person. Their own sense of comfort or well-being from their perspective depends upon keeping that other person feeling okay and satisfied. So if you want to be more balanced, to have a healthier boundary with things, you can realize that you can feel okay even if someone else is feeling hurt or suffering. Sometimes it's actually necessary for people to go through some suffering to have a boundary set where they won't always get what they want, where you don't always appease them, where they can't just exploit you for whatever they need or desire, where you have your own needs and interests. You don't exist just to serve that other person. You have your own needs and dreams and aspirations, your own life to live, essentially. You're not existing to only serve other people. Being of service and helpful may be part of your path, part of what brings you joy and fulfillment, but if that's the only thing that your life is devoted to, you may be giving up some things that are actually of equal importance for your well-being. So for those that are empaths or highly sensitive people who would be perceived as being toward that end of the spectrum in how they function most of the time, it's important to be conscious of when you are going too far in trying to support and please other people, when you're neglecting your own needs, when you're too much energetically entangled with other people and not able to maintain a secure sense of yourself independent of how other people are feeling. One thing that you can do is actually focusing on your energy, on your body, on your breath, just being present with yourself. By training yourself to bring your focus of energy back into yourself, you can kind of recharge and reclaim your energy. You can release any energetic cords, you could call it, that are pulling you toward other people. Ultimately, we can say that we're all one, we're all part of the Creator's creation, we're all interconnected. But here in this third density physical plane, we actually need to learn boundaries and how to function within this playground of separation, how to find that balance. In duality, the challenge is to learn balance. So balance with our boundaries so that we can be healthy and attend to our own needs, live our own independent life, and balancing that out with caring for others, with doing things that are serving the well-being of others. It's not either or, it's actually both, because we are all part of that same greater wholeness. Both are important. Both are supporting one another. By you supporting your own well-being, you're supporting the well-being of the whole, and by supporting well-being of other people, that's also contributing to your own well-being, since you are part of that greater whole that everyone else is also part of. I hope that this discussion has given you some insight, some things to contemplate or ponder about how you maintain your energy and find that balance between serving others and serving yourself. It helps to reflect on your early life experiences, how certain patterns may have been rewarded or reinforced, or been responses or reactions to your social environment, influenced by other people around you, how you manage to adapt or fit in or survive or receive validation. All of these factors could contribute to you shifting toward one polarity or extreme or another. For those that are interested in holistic health and spirituality and related topics, you're invited to visit my website, phinsights.com. That's spelled PHINSIGHTS.com. For now, I wish everyone a wonderful day. Namaste.